You cannot control the world or the people around you, but you can control your place in it and how you respond to what they do to some extent. You can only control yourself. Which is why, instead of fighting my mom's Sunday cleaning frenzies, I've started packing a lunch and getting out of the house. Or at least I plan to do that starting the day I drop this video. So instead of just doing my usual thing of getting frustrated when I walk in up to the bathroom only to find she's mopping the floor or doing whatever it is she's doing to clean the counter, or when I want to make lunch and she's mopping up the kitchen floor and doing all the other whatever it is she wants to do. It's her house. If she wants to clean it like that, by all means, she's free to do that. I have no say over that. And rather than focus on that lack of control, I decided I would rather focus on what I can control instead of sitting in my room and letting my cortisol rise over the frustration of not being able to use the kitchen when I wanted to make lunch, or worse, having to hold it in while I have to go to the bathroom. I've decided I'm just going to pick up and go out until she leaves for bingo, as she does every Sunday, so I don't have to deal with this. Again, the problem is not her cleaning, it's the timing and how it blocks me from being able to make my lunch or use the bathroom. So, I think it's best to just remove myself from the equation. But before we go any further on that, be sure to give this video a like. Comment what you think about all this, whether you think that I'm making the right call by just removing myself from the equation, because at a certain point, you have to pick one or the other, or you have to focus on what you can control. Don't forget to subscribe for daily videos of cultural commentary from a man caught between generation. I forgot to mention the rants as well. And be sure to join me at the Zillennial Nexus Point Discord. Link will be in the description below. Getting back to the video, I have expressed my frustrations to my mom, trying to schedule around it to work with her on it rather than just get frustrated, but her timing would vary too. Now, to an extent, I can predict when she'll be back from the gym and when she'll be here doing all of that. The only times it's not really a problem is when she's visiting my grandparents and she happens to be gone on that Sunday. Now, the core lesson is that I can't really control her habits or convince her that it's all overkill, in my opinion. She's going to do her thing, and I can't stop her because it is her house. So, I'm going to get out of her house during that time. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack a lunch because I can pack up my deli chicken sandwich very easily. I can just throw an ice pack in to something and then put that sandwich in a bag and then put the chips in a bag and bring the necessary water bottles or crystal light bottle in the case of the lunch one. And then probably around whenever she gets back from the gym, I can just step outside and start walking. Doesn't really matter where, though I do have to choose a spot eventually. There are a couple of spots, public parks that I can stop at to sit down and eat my sandwich when lunchtime rolls around. This way, I'm not spending money on takeout or sitting down to eat somewhere, like at a restaurant or such. Now, I have been downloading some fast food or fast casual apps and signing up for their reward programs for the sake of being able to get the steep discounts like the $5 McDonald's meal that I've heard about. And then Dunkin' also has that five $5 for two wake up wraps and medium hot or iced coffee. They're just options in case I do not have the ability to bring anything, or I'm tired, or whatever, or if something goes wrong with the food for whatever reason. Like, I don't know, there's a lot that could happen. I just know that I can keep it as low cost as possible, and if it requires ordering from the app, so be it. Again, the point is, rather than sit in my room getting angry and annoyed, I can just pack a lunch and then leave until about 3 p.m. or so when she heads out to bingo. Really, that's all there is to it. I don't have to get annoyed or frustrated. I just have to find somewhere that I can use the bathroom and maybe buy like a $1 or $2 item from there. Like, say I end up having to go to the bathroom. If I go into the Dunkin', I can go to the bathroom and then buy a, what is it, 3 or 5 pack of munchkins and keep it quick. I'd hold on to them for later when afternoon snack time comes up, but that's beside the point. Anyway, I can also flip this into a win because it'll be like in the summer of 2016 when I would do that 6 days a week for about 4 hours a day for about 2 whole months. I've told this story before how Pokemon Go helped me lose 30 pounds in 2016. And that was measured in December of 2016 after I'd cut back significantly because college had started back up. Yeah, this is probably also going to be a low pressure way to get more movement and mental reset time compared to, again, sitting in my room angry that I'm not able to make my lunch like I wanted to or use the bathroom when I need to and have to either hold it in or just hold it in. Yeah, protecting my peace and getting some more health benefits in as well. Yeah, I'm not happy that I have to retreat, though it would be nice to be able to just do what I want when I want. Unfortunately, that is the harsh reality of living under your parents' roof as an adult is you still have some rules to follow. You still have some limitations. I'm sorry, that's just the facts, as my college sociology teacher would put it. They aren't alternative facts, they're just the facts. You can have your interpretation of the facts, as he always said. For example, here are the facts. My mom goes into a psychotic cleaning frenzy every Sunday before she leaves for bingo. It is very hard to predict when I will be able to actually make lunch, and there will be a period of time where I am barred from being able to use the bathroom. Those are the facts. Now, here's my interpretation of the facts. This seems like a good time to not be at home. This seems like a good reason to just pack a lunch and walk to a public park that I can sit down and eat at, or occasionally go out for something to eat, depending on if it's in the budget. But that's beside the point. Anyway, the point is, you cannot control the world or the people around you, but you can control your place in it and how you respond to what they do to some extent. Again, I can't make my mom not clean on the Sundays like she so insists. And instead of getting frustrated, instead of raising my blood pressure by just sitting in my room, angry that I'm not able to make my lunch, or worse, have to hold it in until I can use the bathroom, I decided to just pack a lunch and start walking like when I used to play Pokemon Go back in the day. I might even re-download Pokemon Go and make that my weekly 4 or so hour marathon of doing things in that game, because the new profile, well, I'm gonna have more space for more Pokemon. And hey, when I get home, the floors will be sparkling, the kitchen will be open for me to make my dinner, and I've avoided losing my mind over what, in the grand scheme of things, is a very admittedly trivial thing, but again, if I really, really wanted that kind of control, I would have to move out and live on my own, which in this economy is borderline impossible unless you're making 150K a year. As my sociology teacher said, these are the facts. You can have your interpretation of the facts. You can interpret that 150K a year is going to be hard to make. Okay, that is actually just a fact. But again, you can have your interpretation of the facts be. You can have your interpretation of the facts. My interpretation of the facts is I need to continue living at home so that I can not throw away money or have to deal with worse roommates than simply my parents and my brother, or I lost my train of thought. But the point is, like I said before, rather than focus on a problem, I'm focusing on a solution because I can only control myself. I can't choose when my mom does her psychotic cleaning frenzies, but I can choose whether I am in the house or not. It's her house. If she wants to clean it like that, who am I to try and stop her? That being said, I am going to just step out of the house during that time because I know for a fact she will be gone by 4 o'clock. And then I can more freely make dinner as I see fit. I'm not going to do anything extravagant because that would still cut into my time. But I'll have unlimited access to the kitchen during that time, so I'm going to leave it here for the video before I go on too long again about something else. You let me know in the comments down below what you think about all this. You let me know if you've had struggles with being in your 20s and living at home. I mean, it's a pretty good deal if you don't have to pay rent, but there is a trade-off of something like the psychotic cleaning frenzies. So I just schedule myself around it so that I don't have to be there while she's doing that. Problem solved. Don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for daily videos of cultural commentary and rants from a man caught between generations. And last but certainly not least, feel free to join me at the Zillennial Nexus Point Discord. Link will be in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.